Hello, this is Brian Rezny, president of Rezny Wealth Management, bringing you an important update about the economy and the investment markets. You know, the overall equity market, the bond market, the U.S. economy actually is coming back quite nicely. I've talked about this repeatedly. Our firm was spot on our strategy, making a few adjustments in order to capture what we felt was going to be better opportunity going forward, but basically steadfast in our strategy, making sure that we basically did quality research and did not act emotional. I've been managing money for over 30 years, as most of our clients understand and know, and one of the biggest problems that investors face is emotion. If you put emotion into your decision making, you're going to lose every single time. One of the questions that I've been getting maybe a half a dozen times over the last month from clients is, Brian, what happens if Donald Trump does not win a second term? Do you have a strategy for that? Now, first off, I don't care if you're Democrat, and I don't care if you're Republican or Independent. Vote how you choose, but make sure you do vote educated. Policies do matter for all Americans. So again, whether you're Democrat, Republican, or in the middle, make your own decision. I will tell you that as a firm, we base our decisions on investment strategy based upon policy of who's going to be in the White House. And based upon who's in the White House, our strategy may slightly change because depending again who's in the White House, there's going to be a different initiative for different parts of the economy. Let me explain. Whether there's a Democrat or a Republican president, it does not have a big, long-lasting impact on the overall stock market or the economy. Republicans like to spend, Democrats like to spend. If Donald Trump did not get reelected, that's not going to be the end of the U.S. economy and or the stock market. So if you think that, you're probably listening to maybe a newsletter or listening to some hyped up video on something of the economy is just going to completely crater. Rest assured, if Donald Trump did not get in the White House, the Democrats are not going to go and crater the economy. They're not going to undo everything that President Trump has done policy-wise because they know what he's done is actually working, and they're not going to upset the apple cart because then they would get a finger point, look, the Democrats screwed up the economy. So again, Democrats like to spend money. Republicans like to spend money. Different investment sectors, though, within that our economy will change slightly if a Democrat was president, because there's things they like to spend money on more than Republicans do. As an example, you might see the budget for the military be cut. So military type structure stocks, things that supply things to the actual military armed forces may not do as well because that budget would be cut. Other areas would probably do better, maybe like healthcare, because then the Democrats would want to spend more money on healthcare. So again, certain areas will do better than others. Certain areas will do worse. There would be some fine-tuning adjustments, assuming that Biden actually became president. Again, vote the way that you feel. We are not trying to push our policy on how we manage money on your vote. But again, policies do matter for the economy. And I will tell you this, the policies that the current president has put in place have actually helped the overall economy much more than past Republican presidents or Democrat presidents. So he's done a great job in that realm. But again, if he is not reelected, it's not going to crater the economy. Democrats are not going to want to take that to the bank and say, oh, look at us. We changed everything. The world now came to an end. Factually, that's not going to happen at all. We look for a strong year end for the U.S. economy that could translate into more equity gains for client portfolios. We look for 2021 to be promising even more so. Now, I will tell you, as a firm, we're doing research every day, not only in the economy, the world economies, our economy, and all investment classes and investments, but we're also doing what we call independent polling, kind of off to the side. I talk to a lot of people every day and throughout the week. I do different travel trips for business and pleasure throughout the year. I am always talking to people to kind of get a read on how they're thinking, what they like, what they don't like, even politically. And I will tell you that we're seeing a lot of support even from our Democrat clients for the current president. So while the polls may say one thing, I think the vote's going to be substantially different. Remember, the polls were way off in the last election in 2016, and I firmly believe the polls are going to be off this time. Again, I'm not telling you how to vote, but polls are not correct, and often it's how they're done and often slanted. As always, if you're a client of our firm and you have any concerns whatsoever, please give us a call at the office or send us an email. If you want to do a phone review because you don't want to come into the office, excellent. We'd love to do that. If you want to come in for an in-office review, that's excellent also. Our offices are all fully staffed, fully operational, and as always, we appreciate your trust, your business, and your referrals. We've received a record number of referrals this year. So if you have any friends or family members who are not happy, with the big Wall Street firm, the insurance person, or the bank, and they want a real firm that's going to look out for them, that has the competence, the trust, and the honesty to manage their money properly, we appreciate your referral, so keep us in mind. Make sure you have yourself a safe and profitable day.